Hi guys, good afternoon. This is Halftime Report on CNBC TV 18. I'm Sonia Shenoy working from my home today, and we have Nigel D'Souza in the studio. The bulls are back, and how? Look at that. The Nifty is up 150 points right now. The Sensex is up 530 points. Of course, the appointment at HDFC Bank is something that has really enthused the street. But apart from that as well, a lot of the economy-facing stocks, whether it's a Maruti, a Hero Motorcorp, Bajaj Finance, even a Reliance Industries, all the leaders are exerting their force on the market, making sure the Nifty climbs above that 11,000 mark. But we have an action-packed next 1 hour to go. So let me welcome Nigel on board. Nigel, hi, afternoon. What are you spotting?
Well, Sonia, we were talking about this earlier this morning. If the Nifty can hold in the green, the SHX, if you're suggesting a start in the green, if it can hold in the green, we could possibly see 11,050 odd, and that's precisely the mark that we are at. So we've seen a good bounce after nearly 4 days of decline. But the reason that we are higher is basically post that big CNBC TV 18 news break. Now, the Reserve Bank has approved Sashidhar Jagdishan, his name, for the CEO of HDFC Bank. Ritu Singh, she's joining in to fill us in with all these details. Well, Ritu, over to you, and congratulations on this massive break.
Well, thanks very much, Nigel. It's official now. The bank has confirmed in its statement to exchanges that the Reserve Bank of India, through its letter dated 3rd of August, has confirmed Sashidhar Jagdishan's appointment as the next and the second CEO for HDFC Bank since its inception. His appointment will be official starting the 27th of October this year, because 26th October is when Aditya Puri officially retires as the MD and CEO of HDFC Bank. For now, Sashidhar Jagdishan's tenure has been fixed at 3 years, but of course we do know that the bank keeps extending it and will keep taking the Reserve Bank of India's permission to keep extending that role as well. But that said, it is coming as a huge relief for investors. An internal candidate, that too, the top choice among the the three candidates that were shortlisted and sent to RBI for its approval, being picked by the Reserve Bank of India. He is Aditya Puri's right-hand man, currently an additional director. The bank had attempted to promote him to an executive director, but that appointment was put on hold by the Reserve Bank of India pending the new CEO approval. But now, of course, we know his name has been approved for the post of the CEO. He is, fondly referred to as the change at the bank for bringing about that digital transformation at HDFC Bank. Aditya Puri himself saying that he's confident the best is ahead of HDFC Bank and that Sashidhar Jagdishan will be driving it, outlining the key strategies purely in the digital area that will drive HDFC Bank to become the next State Bank of India, perhaps, for the Indian banking system. But for now, huge relief coming in and a big overhang for the stock now behind, with the Reserve Bank of India approving Sashidhar Jagdishan as the next CEO of HDFC Bank.
All right, Ritu, congratulations once again. This is one of the biggest stories of the year in the financial space, and you brought it first to us on CNBC TV 18. Well, the street definitely likes the fact that Sashidhar Jagdishan has been named as the CEO. Of course, one, it's internal talent. Two, there's the uncertainty that's completely out of the way now. He's a seasoned hand. He's been with HDFC Bank since the year 1996, and there is, of course, continuity of work at the institution. So let's listen in to Aditya Puri. We managed to speak to him, the MD of HDFC Bank, just a short while ago on the Reserve Bank's approval of Sashidhar Jagdishan as the name for the CEO. Listen into his views. We'll come back.
I'm absolutely delighted that a candidate endorsed by the search firm, the search committee and the board recommended to the RBI, who after their usual thorough and professional due diligence has approved. Now, Shashi obviously has been working with me for 24 years, but far more intensively ever since he became the change agent. And I am delighted. I do believe he has the necessary skills. And I'm delighted that HDFC Bank is in good hands. As I said in my annual report, the best is yet to come, and I'm firmly convinced of that. I'll keep the statement short, Lata.
Yeah.
I've had excellent interviews with you. I promise you one, which will be far more detailed.
Okay, now the world has heard your promise, sir, so you can't backtrack. But if you could just tell us a little bit more about Shashi, since you know him from 1996, so it's almost as long as the bank has been in existence. What does he bring to the table?
Shashi brings to the table, he's humane, He cares about people. He's motivational. He's a very thorough executor. And he understands the business. And over a period of time, the people in the bank love him. So he knows. So fundamentally, let me boil it down once again. We have a team. I was the first among equals. We have a new first among equals who people respect and are very fond of. The HDFC Bank team, 170,000 of us are alive and kicking. They have my best wishes. And like I always assured you, sometimes you believe me, but always you believe me, but sometimes you were a bit skeptical. The best is yet to come.
Okay, but I mean, it's also a large bank now. It's not the 1994 or the 1996 bank. So perhaps it will have to go into territories that it hitherto avoided, like probably infrastructure financing, probably more corporate projects. You think it's all fine?
You want to leave anything for the interview or not?
Oh yes, plenty, sir, plenty. There's plenty to ask.
The point that I've been stating, Lata, very clearly, is the entire HDFC Bank team sat and made the strategy based on the following: the secular shift in telecommunication, computing, artificial intelligence, social mobility, changed the way the world worked and played. The companies that understood this, like the Amazons and the Googles and the Netflix, got trillions of dollars of market cap. We also felt that we needed to change, and when I went to Silicon Valley, because people said we might be becoming dinosaurs. When I went to Silicon Valley, I found that they were all talking about riding on top of the banking system. Nobody was creating a new bank. So we came back and we said, let's examine how the world is going to change and how we can use technology to provide frictionless service to the bank, to the customer across a much wider range of products by bringing in partners and make it an enjoyable customer journey, at the same time reduce the cost. The entire team sat together, and that's when Shashi was made the change agent, because most change fails unless every man-jack in the company is committed to that. And what I'm thrilled to tell you is that we went through it, we've looked at everything, all the changes, all the opportunities. You forgot the even bigger change is as we bring people, and I think the Prime Minister has been saying this as well, as we bring people above the poverty line, which is where all his programs are surfaced, that creates demand. As we take lending into semi-urban and rural India, that creates demand. And as we use digitization to hit the length and breadth of the country, India will be one of the countries that will push demand and will be the leader into the future, including Make in India. So the entire strategy has been worked on, the action plan, and you can go to any branch and he'll give you my spiel exactly as I'm giving it to you. And Shashi, being the change agent, has managed this, with, as the chairman said, with his EQ and IQ, without upsetting feathers, and people loving him. So that's good, and they think they love me also because of that.
Well, Mr. Puri, if I could pick up on that, you said Sashidhar Jagdishan, now the change agent of the bank, now that his name has been cleared, that overhang is gone. What would you say are the top 3 priorities that the incumbent CEO must prioritize as he takes over?
You see, now you're starting an interview, Ritu, you're starting a Lata. You want an interview later or not?
We do. Okay, this is the last question.
Now leave me. This is very long, Ritu, very long. 3 priorities, okay, I'll tell you 3 priorities are very clear. One is we digitize. One we digitize and take everything to the length and breadth of the country, and we are 90% there. So we are not only a bank now, we provide you, if you want the cheapest TV, you come to us.
Yes.
If you want advisory, you come to us. If you want to buy and sell shares, you come to us. If you buy third-party products, you come to us. If you want to deal robotically and get your advice, you come to us. If you want to make payment, you come to us. And that's what digital has brought with us. It has also brought with us the ability to take us right into the interiors of the country. And we are very proud that today almost, if we include our banking correspondence, almost 65% of our distribution is in semi-urban and rural India. So one is digitization. and we expect over the next 3 to 4 years almost to have a bank within a bank with approximately 30 to 35, between 30 and 40%, depending upon how successful we are on digitization. The second is taking in semi-urban and rural, the penetration in India of credit products is low. It's worse in semi-urban and rural India. We are the ones who've been working there for 5 years, and that is a complete new middle class equivalent to the middle class in this country. We can create another bank just out of going deeply in there. The third one is you can't do all this unless in a digital environment the hierarchy goes away. The man who touches the customer is the man who has to deliver the bank.
Wow.
So the training of the people. The fourth is the widest product range.
Okay.
And so if you notice, we were one of the few people that last year, and I can tell you pretty much it will be the same this year with the way we are going, we gave our people full increments, we gave them their bonus, we gave them the promotions.
Okay.
So I think people are underestimating, they're getting too concentrated on COVID. They must understand what is here. We have probably the best digital environment globally.
Okay.
The government is working very hard to remove the blocks, and the moment they have removed, you can't imagine how much we'll grow.
Okay.
The focus on semi-urban and rural India will also get us there.
Mr. Puri, you're giving
HDFC Bank.
You're giving us a sense that the task you have given Shashi is to become bigger than SBI. The way you have set priorities for the bank going forward.
Otherwise, he's failed in my expectations.
Oh. Okay. Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that?
No.
What is the standard you have set for him? Okay, that he should be bigger than SBI. So I'm keeping my word. It's very difficult to let you go off without asking you about that share sale. But if I'm breaking my promise, I will not ask you. I leave it to you if you want to answer it.
You can ask me about the share sale. First, let me be very clear, Lata.
Yes,
Hold on. First, let me be very clear.
Yes.
I got these shares as a part of my salary, which is ESOPs.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Secondly, ESOPs is not a grant. You get them at market price.
Yes.
Thirdly, ESOPs are taxed. So this business of saying 800 crores is taking home, I don't know how to describe it. So let it be, say, lack of knowledge.
Okay.
Number two,
Yeah.
I am now 70 years old. So at this point of time, the two things that had happened. And one of the advisors was an international firm, and the other was Sashidhar Jagdishan, that fundamentally I will also need to raise the money for when I retire. All the options rest on me. I need money for that.
Okay.
And I don't know which way. It's got nothing to do with the bank.
Okay.
It's just the timing. So that's the other part. And some amount I want to put in debt. You fellows in this country don't give an executive a retirement package.
Well, earlier today we spoke to HDFC chairperson Shyamala Gopinath and former deputy governors of RBI, SS Mundra and HR Khan. Let's listen in to what they had to say on Sashidhar Jagdishan's approval for the top position.
The board had followed a rigorous process, like we had said earlier, of looking at both internal and external candidates, and we had given our recommendations of competent persons to the Reserve Bank in ranked as per the priority. And yes, we are delighted that our recommendation has been approved, and that Shashi Jagdishan will be taking over as MD of HDFC Bank from the iconic Mr. Puri. In fact, he's been a partner in the journey of the bank right from the beginning, and has a right balance of soft skills and a good, very good understanding of the business verticals. In a way, a combination of IQ and EQ, and we are very confident that he will take the bank to the next level.
We are in a very dynamic situation now. I think whatever I know about Mr. Sashi, I think he should be providing a very capable leadership to the bank. We know this is the largest private sector bank, and a lot depends on how this bank performs. I think it's a good choice, and one can look forward to great times for HDFC Bank.
Congratulations to him, And my thought is for the system and for the bank, for a bank of this size and importance in the banking system as well as in the market, if there is no uncertainty, that's a very welcome thing. So I wish him all the best, and I think he is inheriting a very fundamentally strong things, and with all this experience, I'm sure that it will be not only be a smooth transition, but the growth path for the bank would continue as well.
Okay, that's the big story of the day, right? A new man at the helm of HDFC Bank, providing a lot of relief to investors and the uncertainty out of the way. Let's dip into a short break. Now, on the other side of the break, we'll focus on the other stocks. We have Jitendra Adhyay, the President of Finance at Atul Auto, who joins in to talk about the July sales and the way forward.